Did you see my speech yesterday? How many stories did you report on Russian collusion conspiracy lies? No, I want to know, have you apologized for Russian collusion conspiracy lies?
Recently, I was browsing news articles and I came across this headline. What exactly would it take for Republicans to walk away from Marjorie Taylor Greene? To be honest, I stopped and laughed to myself because the answer is so obvious.
The House of Representatives has spoken and minutes ago voted to remove the Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from all House committees. This comes after GOP leaders refused to strip her committee assignments themselves and punish her for past support of dangerous conspiracy theories, liking social media posts calling for political violence, harassing the Parkland survivor David Hogg, and much more.
If school zones were protected with security guards with guns, there would be no mass shootings at schools. You know that? The best way to stop a bad guy with a gun is with a good guy with a gun.
Here's a hint. No amount of her lunacy is going to make the Republican Party cut ties with her. Sure, the House voted to remove her from all committee assignments for promoting conspiracy theories, but that's just because the January 6th insurrection was still so recent and fresh in everyone's mind, and ultimately that punishment was equated to a slap on the wrist. No, it doesn't matter how crazy Greene gets. She's here to stay. That's because she appeals to the Republican base for the same exact reasons Trump did and still does. That is that Trump and Greene are one of them. No, I don't mean one of them as in being a rural middle-class American or something like that. I mean that they are one of them because of how completely insane they are. You know the phrase real sees real? Well, crazy sees crazy too. For example, Marjorie Taylor Greene was a nutty Trump voter until she ran for office. Now she's a nutty Trump-supporting congresswoman. That's why Greene and Trump aren't going anywhere.
You're going nowhere!
As toxic as Greene is, there's no denying that she drums up support in the GOP with her hatred and bigotry. But there is one simple and obvious thing that could spell demise for Marjorie Taylor Greene's future in the Republican Party. That is, if she started telling the truth. If that happened, the GOP couldn't expel her fast enough. We have a perfect example of this too. Look no further than Dick Cheney's daughter, Congresswoman Liz Cheney.
It's over. The House Republican Conference had a voice vote. That means no recorded total, and has ousted Liz Cheney from her number 3 position within the conference. There will not know the vote totals here. It's something of one could say, an elegant way to avoid embarrassing either the leadership or Cheney with vote totals. She spoke to cameras briefly afterwards, remarks similar to what she said in front of the conference. And now we expect to see her continue on with what she has promised to do, which is try to lead the Republican Party away from Donald Trump, but she will be doing it from the outside, no longer a member of House leadership officially.
She had the audacity to reject Trump's election lies, and her own political party turned on her for it. They made an example of her to send a clear message to all office-holding Republicans. We aren't interested in the truth, we're interested in staying in power. It's that simple. The only thing that will make Republicans walk away from Marjorie Taylor Greene is if she stops being herself. So Lauren Boebert tweeted this, and then she got this response. Hey, common ground. She's so f***ing stupid. Every single thing she says, it's so obvious that it's just talking points. It's just red meat, you know, words that are going to create some type of emotion in the dumbass Republican base that's going to get them all energized and upset and outraged. Like, she doesn't stand for anything. She just regurgitates stupid alt-right talking points.
Don't come knocking on my door with your Fauci outie. You leave us the hell alone.
And now she's one of the faces of the party. It's not just Lauren, though. The entire Republican Party has no belief system other than just being trolls. Kyla Frank summed it up perfectly in this video.
What we have on the menu for you today is a delicious example of cognitive dissonance. We have a main dish of the Gadsden Don't Tread on Me flag, paired nicely with the "Oh yeah, tread harder daddy" thin blue line flag, and a tiny American flag side dish to not overpower the fascism flavor.
Most of us know how difficult it can be to engage with a conservative. Besides being wrong about most social, economic, and political issues, they often contradict themselves, and it's hard to figure out where they really stand on issues. Disinformation, lack of comprehensive education, lack of diverse environments, closed-mindedness, these are all contributing factors. But this TikToker raised a really good point.
I actually appreciate your comment here and the honesty more than you could ever realize, because it serves as an example of the foundation of right-wing politics, which is nothing beyond poking people, right, trying to harm people, and then getting off on their reactions, their fear, their anger, their emotion, right? So at least you didn't hit me with any BS about, God, morality, saving children, the unborn, because we all know you don't care, because it doesn't actually impact your life in any way whatsoever. So you can just virtue signal about a group that demands nothing from you and act like you're the good person that you're not. So remember to meet the media. Appreciate your honesty.
Ultimately, it goes back to politics being personal. Instead of doing the hard work to unlearn and learn, to discover new things and be uncomfortable, conservatives would rather lose their rights and liberties, all to prove that they're right and we're wrong. There is something deeply disturbing about that. Seriously. How can we progress as a people in this nation if we keep playing tug of war with the people who want to take us back to the 50s? How can we make America great when they're consistently voting for politicians who don't vote with their interest in mind? High gas prices, Republicans voted for that. Baby formula shortages, Republicans voted for that. Lack of a living wage, Republicans voted for that. Top 10 states with the highest rates of poverty, all Republican states. The 10 least educated states, 8 out of 10 red states. States with the highest teen pregnancy rates, 9 out of 10 Republican. States with the lowest minimum wages, majority red states. My point, as much as Republicans troll, scream, and push for their traditional values, they don't have much to show for it. I am begging someone to point to me to a factual source that shows me where conservative policy actually helped people. I think what conservatives need to realize is that anti-intellectualism and religious extremism is a means to control people. You aren't thinking for yourselves. You're slowly marching everyone off the cliff. Y'all are sheep ready for the slaughter, and things are only going to get worse if y'all keep it up. When you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And you best believe me, America is on the verge of collapse.